Hashtag SCUM's July update is bigger than we expected. What's up, everyone? The SCUM developers have finally revealed the first details of the upcoming Into the Wild update. And there's actually a lot to talk about. The update launches on July 20th, bringing new hunting mechanics, mutated animals, a completely redesigned tutorial, new quests, UI improvements, and even changes to the game's development roadmap. Let's break down everything we know so far and see whether this update is really worth getting excited about. The release date is official, but there's a catch. The July update arrives on July 20th, continuing the Into the Wild season. However, there's one major surprise. Originally, the developers planned for this season to end in July. Now they've officially extended it all the way to the end of September. According to the team, they need extra time to properly finish the hunting, fishing, cooking, and survival systems. Honestly, that's probably the right decision. I'd rather wait a little longer and receive polished content than get another rushed update full of bugs. That said, SCUM players have heard similar promises before. The game has a long history of delayed features, so now it's up to the developers to prove that the extra development time will actually pay off. A completely new tutorial. One of the biggest surprises is the brand new tutorial. Instead of simple pop-up messages, new players will now start inside a dedicated training facility located at TEC1. The tutorial teaches nearly every important gameplay mechanic step by step. This is something SCUM desperately needed. Let's be honest, many new players launched the game, looked around for 5 minutes, got completely lost, and simply quit. Hopefully this new tutorial will make the game much more welcoming without making it easier. Master Hunter Quests. Hunting is becoming much more than simply collecting food. The update introduces a Master Hunter, offering 3 levels of increasingly difficult contracts. These missions combine almost every hunting mechanic introduced in Into the Wild: tracking animals, using bait, finding high-quality trophies, hunting free-roaming wildlife, completing advanced hunting objectives. And of course, better challenges mean better rewards. Players can earn exclusive weapon charms, unique furniture blueprints, money, equipment, reputation, and shop discounts. Finally, hunting has a real progression system. Mutated animals. Now let's talk about the feature everyone is discussing: mutated animals. So far, we've only seen a few preview images, but it's already obvious these creatures won't be ordinary wildlife. Mutated wolves and boars appear stronger, tougher, and much more aggressive than normal animals. Mutated deer are incredibly fast, making them much harder to approach before taking a shot. Lore-wise, they make perfect sense. After everything that happened around TEC1, seeing genetic mutations on the island feels like a natural evolution of SCUM's world. The only concern is balance. If these creatures become too common, simply traveling across the map could turn into constant survival mode. If they're too rare, many players may never even encounter one. Finding the right balance will be critical. Hunting continues to evolve. The developers clearly aren't treating hunting as a one-time feature. After introducing free-roaming wildlife, they're continuing to build entire gameplay systems around it. New quests, mutated creatures, future seasonal content, everything seems connected. That's actually encouraging because it shows long-term planning instead of isolated updates. Updated user interface. Crafting, cooking, and base building, all 3 systems receive a redesigned interface that now matches the new inventory layout. From the screenshots, everything looks cleaner, easier to navigate, and much more modern. It also creates room for future features without completely redesigning the menus again. A small but useful quality of life feature. One small addition that many players will appreciate: the new Drop All button. It lets you instantly empty your inventory. That might not sound exciting until you're overloaded with loot and another player suddenly appears nearby. Sometimes saving a few seconds is the difference between surviving and starting over. More players on official servers. The developers are currently testing 80-player official servers, increasing the limit from 64 players. Recent optimization finally made this possible. If server performance remains stable during testing, the new player limit will become permanent with the July update. If not, official servers will stay at 64 players for now. Bigger updates going forward. Another interesting announcement is that the developers want to focus on fewer, but much larger, higher quality updates. That's one of the reasons the Into the Wild season has been extended until September. Instead of rushing new features every few weeks, they'll spend more time polishing existing systems before moving forward. If that means fewer bugs and fewer emergency hotfixes, most players will probably support the decision. Final thoughts. Overall, this update looks very promising, especially if you enjoy PvE gameplay. Exploring the island should become much more rewarding. Hunting is finally evolving into a complete gameplay system instead of just a way to get food. New players are getting a proper tutorial, and mutated animals could make every trip across the island far more unpredictable. Of course, the biggest question remains, how stable will everything be on release day? We'll find out on July 20th. So, what are you looking forward to the most? The Master Hunter quests? Mutated animals? The new tutorial? Or maybe the expanded hunting system? Let me know down in the comments. If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. I'll be covering the update as soon as it goes live, and together we'll take a detailed look at every new feature inside the game. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.